Hey everyone, John Henry here from School of Trade. Today we're going to be taking a look at a fade off of the range lows on the S&P right back up towards the highs. Now, starting off the morning, ever since about 3 o'clock this morning, we had this massive run higher. Well, I say massive. It wasn't very big, but a very nice run higher earlier in the morning, and that drove price up pretty aggressively. They stalled out for a little bit, formed a little bit of a flag, and they broke up again. Now, after they broke up once more, we've just been kind of range bound going back and forth and back and forth, and not really getting much decisive movement in any one direction. Now, that being said, we are still in an upside bias. So the fact that the sellers tried to break down and quickly snapped right back up inside that range, everything is pointing back up towards the upside. So I like the long right here, trying to catch the move back up towards the range highs for the objective. Now, the stop, if I'm wrong, I really don't want price to go below the candle that got me into the trade. So that would be at 64.5. The targets on this are going to be back up towards the range highs right up here. We're going to take 2 off there, and then based on the fact that we did break down here, I'm expecting us to break up if we do go higher. So we broke down underneath this low, not by much, about an extra 1.25. So I'm going to assume that about the same thing is going to happen on the top side. So if we're going to break above the highs by a 1.25, that would put us at 70.5. Now, I'm not a huge fan of putting anything on really one solid level like that, so 70.25, 70 even, those seem like pretty good areas to drop the final objective. So we're going to front run that overshoot by about the same amount that we had on the bottom edge here, and we'll look to see if we can push that move up. So right now, the upside targets with our entry is going to be at 68.75, and then a front run of 70.5 up to 70 even. Nice small stop, beautiful risk reward. Now we just have to wait for the buyers to show up to the party. It's been a pretty slow day, so I'm definitely not expecting this to go all the way up, right now. This could take 15, 20 minutes, 15, 20 candles before we actually get up there. Keep in mind, we're still in this range, and while we're in this range, price is generally going to move fairly slow. But everything is lining up really well. Now we just have to wait to see if we can get back to those range highs. S&P pushing up towards our objective here. We're only a tick away, so I'm going to lock out all of the risk here. I don't want to give anything back on this setup. So 66.25, we've definitely been taking our time going up to that objective up there. But again, given today, it's not really a huge surprise. Now we just have to kind of see them finish the job. So the target is going to come off at 68.75. There we go. Got that filled, and we'll go down to a 1 contract stop. And now we're just waiting for the final push up through the highs to basically equate to exactly what happened here. So I'm looking for about the same thing. Now, we decided on 70.5 being the area that we're looking for. So because we're looking for 70.5, I'm going to go in front of it a little bit down to 70. But outside of that, everything lining up really, really well. We got the target filled at the top. Now we just have to wait for that final push through the highs, see if they can drive that move up and get our objectives above. Buyers pushing up again, 1 tick away from our target so far, up to 70. We've gotten to 69.75. We need a little bit more from the S&P to finish this job. Let's see if they can break through. It looks like they're trying to break through here. If they can break through, we've been in line for a very long time, so I can't imagine it's going to be that difficult to get filled. There we go, and we get the target filled. Beautiful move up. We got our fill on 2070. Now, I am still anticipating it getting up to 70.5, up to maybe even 71 in that area, and that's going to be the primary objective to the upside for the buyers. But we're right there, and I'm not going to put it directly on a level like that. I will take the profit where the market wants to give me, and we'll call it good there. So beautiful move up, gorgeous failure from the sellers to break down, and we ride that move right back up to the highs and pull out a beautiful move back up. So that's going to do it for me. If you have any questions about it, feel free to send an email to School of Trade. Don't forget to check out our trial at schooloftrade.com, and as always, we'll catch you next time.